Before we get into this first video, I want to talk a little bit about Trestan Ebner. One thing I do not like about our fan base is sometimes we're too quick to hit the eject button, and you forget that these guys are rookies. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, he didn't do nothing last year. Let's get rid of him. It's not really that simple. It's not really that simple.
Mhm.
I'm sure the coaches are looking at it through a magnifying glass because they understand that this guy, we looking at him in practice, and he has flashes, and we can
Mhm.
see the reason why we drafted this guy. But sometimes it's not computing when he's out there in the game. So it's just I would just say to you guys with Trestan Ebner, hold your horses. Let's see what he's got in year two. Let's see what he looks like now versus what he was looking like with his like a chicken with his head cut off. You know what I mean? There was a lot going on in his head his first year. So before we get into this video, just have that in mind. We're just gonna show you a quick some of his his college video to remind you guys what he had and why they saw what they saw in this guy. I think he's more of a receiver than he is a running back, and I
Yep.
think that bodes well for the mixture in our locker room. We have a
Mhm.
couple of pretty good, solid between the tackles kinds of running backs that we need. We need that guy that can go out on the flares, do the bubble screens and things like that. Just don't forget what this guy has got. So let's play that video, Sam. You want to put that in there?
Let's get it.
Stop it anytime you want to point out something, Sam.
Absolutely.
Just remind you guys why we brought this guy in here. It's a little bit choppy, fellas. So bear with us here. Out of the backfield. This is the
Running,
reason why they brought him here.
running a route, wheel
Was that
route.
wheel route down the left side?
That's the
Mhm.
reason why. That's the reason why they brought him here.
Strength as a runner. He's a big dude too. He's not a little guy.
That's
5'11", 205 pounds. He's a solid guy, man.
hey, as bad as Ebner looked, guys, as bad as Ebner looked last year, do not forget why he was brought here. He had a specific skill set that they were looking for, and it's going to show you again on this. This is when he's comfortable. This is an offense that he was comfortable in, and he was able to excel because he knew what was going on. He's got a year under his belt. He's going to have this second training camp to look forward to. So do not be surprised if Trestan Ebner is being talked about quite often in training camp.
Mhm.
We know he can run the ball.
Yeah, he can run it, man. The
That's what.
guy, you know what I think though, man? I think he just needs to be weaponized, man.
Oh yeah,
Use him as a weapon. And I think that's what they did here. They use him as a weapon. They look for those advantageous mismatches, where they can get him lined up against a linebacker. He's a linebacker's nightmare, man.
Mhm.
Ain't no linebacker gonna stick with him.
hey Sam,
Yeah.
you know what? I was listening to I think Adam Hogan on one of his shows. I don't know if it was Hogan Johns or CHGO, but he pointed out, he made an emphasis on, man. I saw Trestan Ebner getting the ball in his hands quite often, man, out of the backfield. And
Mhm.
so that leads me to believe that maybe I want to see that play again. That
Well,
leads
now
me.
also remember that Getsy, this was his first season with all these first year players himself.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it took, what, 6 games for him to, rely on Justin Fields more as a runner and using him in that capacity, which wasn't part of the original offense that he was running. So he had that adaptability to try and figure out Fields. And I don't think that as far as the list of plays that Ebner, had drawn up for him was that many. Because you had Vegas, with his playbook selection, then Claypool came in. So Ebner, while fighting for time behind, Herbert and Monty, I don't think that he had a package in there that really accentuated his skills. And that's not really a criticism. It's just the first time everybody's in the building figuring out what everything is. And so now with this offseason, I would fully expect that Getsy's like, all right, now we know what Ebner is. So let's get him this package of plays and accentuate that and let him do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paul Clark. Why is, hey man, give a guy a chance, Paul. Gotta give a guy a chance, man. We don't know what he's gonna look like in his second year with the offense under his belt and at a better and understanding. I think Tripp kind of alluded to something that's a good point by saying that they didn't give him the whole shebang. I'm sure, because they realized probably at a certain point that he's not retaining the information as quite as quickly as we thought we were, but we can still use him in a certain capacity to if we need a down in distance, we might need a guy. So Paul, I would hold my horses, bro. I really would before I start rushing to judgment. He comes out here in his sophomore season and looks as bad or worse than he did his rookie season, then you got something to stand on. But right now, I'm just going to refrain from really judging somebody after their rookie season until they show me on a constant basis that they can get it done. And so that's just where my mind is, and that's just my way of thinking when it comes to these young guys like that. I know they need time, and I hope and wish that everybody who watches this show can get that certain understanding too. Just give them a break, man, and let's see what they bring into the table this year.
Absolutely, man. I think we have to give that dude a chance. I think I understand what Paul is saying though when he's saying he's looking like he's heading to the practice squad just because it's a numbers game now because the Bears have brought in so many running backs. But like you say, Nomad, the player that he was last year and the player he's going to be this year in training camp is going to be two different guys, man. So he has a chance. It's just, he's going to have to fight for this position, his position on the team. And I think it's going to also come down to special teams. Can he be a four-phase special team guy? Because this is a guy I would like to see on the field on game days, man. Like I say, when I say weaponize a guy, I'm speaking just exactly to what Tripp is saying. Have a package of plays for this guy to get him mismatches like this, where he can run away from linebackers, get out in space, catch passes. He's a former wide receiver, and it shows. He has natural hands, good route running ability, and I think we can use that.
And JoJo, man, listen, dude. I'm keeping it real too, man. You got a point, man. He's got an uphill battle to climb. He's got an uphill battle. What I'm saying to you, JoJo, is give him a chance to climb the hill. Maybe he can. You know what I mean? We don't know that. I mean, it's easy to hit the eject button on a guy that just got here and played in his rookie season, man. It's really not fair to him. I understand how you guys feel about it, but I just want guys to just get a little bit more patience with some of these guys. Give them a chance, man. Let's see what they got, man. Don't be
And
so.
now, from the perspective of putting on my general manager hat, I would absolutely love it if Ebner would step up and be able to take the load that Herbert's doing, because Herbert's due for a contract, coming up. And we see the kind of love that the running backs are getting around the league as far as getting paid and moving around. So if, Herbert, Foreman's only on a 1 year deal, and then we got Rojo as a rookie, and then Homer. How long is Homer's contract? Anybody know offhand?
2 years,
All
two
right.
years, almost $3 million.
And and he's a special teams demon. So,
Mm-hmm.
that room is getting crowded. So it will be awesome from that general manager perspective if Ebner could show enough to make Herbert expendable.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Paul, you might be right, man, but we will see. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that anybody's wrong. All I'm saying is give them an opportunity to show what they have, man. That's all I'm doing is trying to preach a little patience here. That's all I'm here to do. You know,
Rewind that one right there.
you can do
That's
that.
what we need to see. We're going to rewind that right there. Special teams is what we're talking about right now. What can he do on special teams? He just showed us with this kickoff return. Let's let it play.
That is some special juice he brings to the table.
I mean, this is a 4-4 guy, man. The man runs a 4-4-3, fast, and it shows up on the field, man. On this tape, We didn't see that last year. We didn't get a chance to see this speed last year, man. And I think the reason being he was thinking too much, man. He was thinking too much on the field. He wasn't just, hitting his marks. He was just trying to decide where to go, not wanting to be wrong. Sometimes you just have to hit it. I think this year, because he has a lot to lose, he's going to just have to hit it. And that's what he's going to do, man. I think he's going to come out. He's going to say, hey, I just have to play free. I just have to be myself. This is him right here. He's showing us what he has.
Look at the swivel on his hips.
Yeah. And the vision, setting up blocks in the open field.
See, that's nice.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys,
give him a chance.
Give him a chance. Look at this.
Ooh, nice little wiggle.
He's really, to me, he's a receiver cloaked as a running back.
Yep.
That's what he does well.
Yep.
I mean, he can run the ball. He's a good runner, but he's a natural receiver. And think about this, fellas. Think about this. It's with the understanding of the coaches that they know that. Problem is, he's not really absorbing the offense the way we want him to absorb it, and at the speed that we want him to absorb it. And so we want to put him out in some of these route combinations, but we're not sure if he can perform. So, given that being probably the case, I don't know for sure, but I'd be willing to bet that's the case. I'd be willing to bet that was the case with him his rookie season. They didn't put him out there because he wasn't ready. And so, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's absolutely possible, man, that he just wasn't ready. He showed us he wasn't ready, man. He was never hitting the holes at 100% at full speed. He was hesitant to decide which hole he wanted to hit. Like that outside zone scheme, you got to press the side and then pick a hole and decide to, once you are decisive, stick your foot in the ground and go. He wasn't doing that last year. He has the speed to do that, He just has to be more decisive, trust himself, trust his technique and everything else, man. I think he could be better than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Hold on, Sam.
Let
me take a quick Don Bird break on you, Sam. Don, shut the fuck up before I karate chop your ass in, period.
Get out of here, dog. Alley Cats in the house. But nah, man, get that man a shot, though, man.
All right, somebody get that lion a steak or something.
The Ford Field helmet. Nah, my man, Trestan Ebner, my last words about him, man. Trip, you got anything else before I talk about Trip?
Man, just give the kid a chance. He's a second-year fella. If he doesn't, show improvement, I can understand where he can get pushed to the bottom of that depth chart, and it's a numbers game then. So I get it, and I would hate to, lose him to the practice squad so early in his, career, then have somebody pick him up and have him do something. But then, you don't want to waste a spot if he's not up to the task. So let's let the kids play and see what happens. Let's go, baby. Camp starts next month, baby. What's up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My last words on Trestan Ebner is really a bunch of what I just said, but with a little kicker, man. You don't. There's a lot of things that go on the field, in practice and off the field. I have a sneaky suspicion that Trestan Ebner has never been that far away from home. I believe that he actually said that, and I think one of his open pressers that this is the furthest he's ever been away from home. And so, with all that being said, I'm speaking to psyche. Being in a whole new environment, being in cold ass Chicago for the first time, not knowing what's going on all the time, all that pressure of trying to learn what they're trying to teach you. It could be a tornado in someone's mind. You think you know how you would handle something like that, but you don't fucking know until you have to fucking handle it. And so, I can't tell people to hold their criticism, or I can't tell people to do that. People are going to be the kind of fans they want to be. More power to you. Again, I'm just going to preach a little bit of patience, because just maybe, the guy might come into this camp and surprise your ass.
And something like, I'm not Ebner specifically, but rookies in general, that Jason McKee was talking about when he was saying how as a team, they bonded outside of the locker room as a family, and got to know each other. And teammates are calling his mama mama. And and Ebner's that down home country Texas boy with the family. Maybe his mom need to come up and cook for the offense. Make something for the big hog mollies and everything. To get that bond and camaraderie to let Ebner know and all the rookies that all right, we're in Lake Bluff or wherever they live, and it's like this is home now. I'm a professional football player. Let's get it. And like Nomad said, it takes time to develop that mentality, that psyche. It's like first it's like, yeah, I'm in the league. It's like, oh shit, I'm in the league. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of pressure now. And it's like, oh wow, this ain't college no more. And it's like, oh, I gotta perform now. Oh, the press is all over me. The fans want to run me out of town. Oh, this sucks. How does he respond to it? That's what we waiting on to see.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Hey, so Trestan Ebner, if you're watching this show, man, listen, you got a fan in me. I won't give up on you, because I know you won't give up on yourself. You still got something to prove. I know you got a lot of meat on the bone, because I know people haven't got even a chance to really see you. So he's gonna have something to prove in camp. And again, I'm gonna say it one more time: do not be fucking surprised if he starts being the name you're hearing about a lot in camp. So keep that in mind.